we'll call to order the November 3, 2025 meeting of the City of Clearwater Downtown Development Board. Today in attendance, we have Councilmember Menino, Councilmember Albritton, Councilmember Teixeira, and Board Member Corditson. Expect Councilmember Cotton to be joining us later, and I don't know about Board Member Frazier if she's going to be here today or not, but yeah, okay. With that, we'll proceed to agenda item 2.1. Approve the minutes for the September 3, 2025 Downtown Development Board meeting. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Agenda item 2.2, approve the minutes of the September 17, 2025 Downtown Development Board meeting. Is there a motion?
Move to approve agenda item 2.2.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Agenda item 3.1.
Good afternoon, Vicki Shire, Sarah Division Manager. This item was originally presented to the board on the April 25 board meeting, part of the Cleveland Street Activation Plan. Due to the scheduling coordination challenges, staff, along with our partners at St. Petersburg College, agreed to postpone the market to early next year to allow more time for marketing, vendor recruitment, and overall planning. We are now seeking approval for the revised dates for the Friday night market series, which will run for 6 consecutive weeks from January 9th through February 7th, every Friday evening from 6 to 9 p.m. on the 400 and 500 block of Cleveland Street. The final weekend will be February 6th and 7th and will feature a special Friday and Saturday market to close out with a big ta-da. Staff recommends approving the revised dates, and I have Ms. Amaginda Montera and Annabelle Labish from St. Petersburg College to answer any questions at this time.
Questions from the board on this agenda item? Okay, there are no questions. Thank you for coming here today. I don't know if either of you want to share anything further, what's been shared? Yeah.
Good afternoon. We're just excited for this project to launch finally, and this is something that we've been looking forward to having. Our students, our entrepreneurs are excited as well, so thank you for your time and consideration for this project.
We're happy to be celebrating the 60th year of the Clearwater campus of St. Petersburg
Yes.
College. And such an important part of our community and has been for 60 years. So we appreciate this opportunity to partner with the college again. So with that, is there a motion?
Move to approve agenda item 3.1.
Second.
Before we vote, is anyone here from the public that desires to speak to this agenda item? Not. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
Agenda item 3.2.
This next item before you is for the world's largest rubber duck exhibit. You've been provided with a revised budget which staff received on Friday, October 31st. After reviewing the updated information, staff is still recommending $21,500 in eligible expenses for DDB. At this time, I have Amber Bryce from Arts and Culture Affairs Manager and Jewel Smith, Recreation Supervisor, whom are producing the events and here to provide any additional information regarding the budget and the event details.
I actually have a presentation, but you don't have to do it if you don't want to.
Okay. Yeah, love to see it.
Amber Bryce, Arts and Cultural Affairs Manager for the City of Clearwater. I have with me Jewel Smith. She's Recreation Supervisor for special events. I know most people don't do presentations, but I felt words really didn't do this exhibit justice. I feel like you really need to see photos to get the whole scale. So since stepping into this role 3 years ago, my goal has been to bring the world's largest rubber duck to Clearwater, and I'm happy to announce that she will be here in January. So here's some specs on Mama Duck. She is 61 feet high, so approximately 6 stories tall, 64 feet wide, 74 feet long, and you can see her mission statement here. On this slide, we have what we're lovingly called our Duck Days, which are our events that we are hoping to put on surrounding the rubber duck. So on the 9th, we're having like a special photo opportunity exclusive to Jeep owners or whoever. So we're going to sell time slots. We're going to move the barricades out of the way so people can have an unobstructed view of the duck and take photos with her. And then if this is successful, like if we sell out of time slots, this is something we can continue to do over the course of the next week. This also acts as free marketing and promotion for us because these Jeep owners will go and put these photos in their Jeep clubs, on Facebook groups, and social media. Then we have our Market Marie, which is already a well-established event, but this is the first major event for the duck. We've spoken with Blair. She's very excited about having the duck at her event. Then Special Events is going to put on a Duck Dash 5K, which we're really excited about. We're estimating 175 runners based on the past 5K they've done, but since this is themed, it'll be January. We're hoping that there'll be more people. Then we're really excited about our Rubber Ducky Birthday Bash. So we're celebrating National Rubber Duck Day. We're going to have performances by Jack Hartman, which if you know, you know. If you don't, he's a YouTube sensation. He has 5 million followers on YouTube. He's a child song performer. He does a lot of concerts on the libraries, and they always have waiting lists, like 100 people. So we're excited to do a big event where all the families will get to participate, along with Mr. Brad, also a child song performer, face painters, balloon artists, paint bus, hopefully kids craft vendors. Then on the 23rd, there'll be a Scenes in the Green, which is essentially a movie in the park with a duck theme, hopefully. This is an event that Special Events has put on many times. And then a culminating event will be our Duck and Drive Jeep Invasion, which we're playing off of the fact that Gasparilla is the next weekend, so we're using the word invasion. This will be all-out Jeep-themed live music, axe throwing, touch a Jeep area, and this event will hopefully extend all the way up into the 500 block of Cleveland, and we hope to have Jeeps parked all the way along the streets. So she can be illuminated from within, which is great. People will be able to see her on the bridge, driving by in their boats. Maybe they're going to Capitol Theater and they'll go, what's that down there, and come down and take a picture. Lots of sponsorship opportunities, and then I'll talk about the baby duck. Timmy is a 10-foot tall baby duck. It's kind of a pop-up photo. He'll be here a month before Mama Duck. So we're allowing our sponsors to ask if they would like Timmy in front of their businesses. We can partner with downtown businesses, and then we'll have a full list of, baby duck sightings for people to come take photos with. As you can see in this picture, there'll be 28 barricades that surround the duck. So there's lots of signage opportunities, social media. We're in talks with a Jeep dealership to see if they would like to, sponsor and maybe park some Jeeps in Coachman that can act as a barrier. We haven't spoken with the merchants yet. I'll just preface by saying that we will work with CRA to approach businesses, but there's many opportunities for them to use this duck theme to, get more people in the doors. And then I'll just end with saying, this is community benefits, but I know this is super unique, kitschy, fun opportunity for the city of Clearwater and downtown. Some people won't get it. Some people will think it's funny. Some people will think it's stupid, but they will be talking about the duck. And even if they don't like it, they will come down and they will take pictures with the duck. And that is our goal, is to show that Clearwater can be playful, silly, and fun, but our other main goal is to get people downtown and to bring people from not even all over Clearwater, but neighboring counties. And this is something unique enough that I think will do that. So thank you for your time. If you have any questions, we are here to answer that.
Okay, Councilmember Albritton?
Was Daddy Duck not invited?
They only have one.
Okay, well, when you have an event like this, which I think is great, the most important part of this is getting the word out. And, when I was doing this back on the DDB 15 or so years ago, I went to Bright House at the time and then got some PSAs on TV. I mean, I was lucky to get some during like prime time, but, the more you can get it out there, I think this will be a big hit. But you need to if you can get the Jeep guys to do it, they can help with getting the word out, and it'll attract a lot more people.
And we are in communication with multiple Jeep groups for the Jeep event.
Okay.
Vice Mayor?
Amber, this is a great example of strategic, well-thought-out planning, from involving the Jeeps with their affinity and their history with rubber ducks to actually timing it perfectly in conjunction for the birthday bash, and even including sponsorship opportunities. Very well planned out. I'm impressed. Thank you.
Mayor? Yes, Councilmember Menino?
Thank you, Mayor. I'm excited for the Rubber Duck Week as well. I'm glad that it's not just a one-day, one-afternoon thing. It's 2 weeks. I think you have a lot of opportunities to get some traction via social media and whatever hashtags we're doing downtown Clearwater. I think this could be part of a larger movement that we keep discussing about rebranding our downtown and having something, a hashtag this, and doing Best Picture Award wins, a dinner at, whatever. I think these are some good opportunities. Seems like a no-brainer with the Jeep dealership, right? This is, every Jeep you see driving around Pinellas County has 50 to 60 little ducklings in there. I don't know if it's Timmy's relatives or not, but we'll see it. The thing looks massive. It looks like the Macy's Day Parade is coming to Coachman Park, so that's exciting. Look forward to being a part of it. One thing that caught my eye, the first thing when I get these is I always go and look at the budget, obviously. And so often when we see a non-City of Clearwater presenter, this marketing and advertising number always seems just astronomically crazy. I don't know if that's because we padded or not, and then I look at our staff, who's obviously not going to pad the numbers per se, and it's only $1,500, right? Which is quite a bit difference. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying that's a good thing and it's appreciated because we see some events that get a couple thousand people and they put $30,000, $40,000 in a marketing budget, and I don't know if that's truly where the money goes.
And to be fair, we have a public communications department, but.
Agreed, so
You
it's
know,
nice to,
yeah.
nice to see that number where my eyes just naturally go. But I'm looking forward to the 2 weeks and welcoming Timmy and his mother into town, and it should be a lot of fun, so thank you.
Councilmember Cotton?
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think that this is a unique, fun, even the haters, like you pointed out, are going to be talking about it. So I think when you have that type of buzz, people are going to want to see the giant 6-story duck, right? So even those visitors that we have coming from out of state, out of country, that are going to our beautiful beach will see it, and another reason to draw them into downtown. So I think this is great.
You good? Well, yeah, I think you touched on what I was going to say. I mean, that, my son's a big Jeep owner too, and it's a whole community of Jeep owners that really, I think, could pull together a good crowd for this. So tapping into that's a wise idea. It's not just the Jeep dealers, but it's the accessories, all these accessories that go with Jeeps that some of those might be interested in sponsoring too, to make it a kind of a bigger Jeep community event. What I'd like to see is just, we're committing whatever we're committing DDB funds here for this. I'd just like to see if you get a great feedback return from the community, from sponsors, to see our contribution lessen. We're kind of a backstop for you. That if you really do get an overwhelming support from the Jeep community, we'd like to see some of that returned back to the DDB. So, but looks like a great idea and unique thing, and I think that's what we want to be known for. Coachman Park, different unique things, and this certainly is unique. So, thank you for bringing that idea. This time, is there anybody here from the public that desires to comment on this agenda item? If not, is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve agenda item 3.2.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Okay, look forward to it, yeah. Okay, this time we'll move to agenda item 3.3.
Good afternoon again. Vicki Shire, CRA Division Manager. The Jingle Bell Family Fun Fest is a new holiday celebration designed to attract family, residents, and visitors. This event will take place on Saturday, December 20th, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. throughout Coachman Park, including the Green, Lower and Upper Plaza, the Cleveland Street Extension, and the Baywalk Promenade. The one-day event will feature community vendors, holiday-themed contests, live entertainment, family activities, including Santa Claus, and photo opportunities with holiday characters. Attendance is expected to reach approximately 3,000. The applicant is requesting funding not to exceed $12,900 to cover direct costs and city fees. The same applicant previously hosted the Fall Y'all Festival at Coachman Park. This event received strong community feedback, robust social media engagement, and positive coverage. The total event budget for the Jingle Bell Family Fun Fest is $25,500, and the applicant is requesting $12,900 in eligible DDB expenses. Staff recommends approval of the $12,900 to support the Jingle Bell Family Fun Fest, a new family holiday event that advances the DDB's mission, supports the city's strategic goals, and meets all the DDB program criteria. At this time, I have the Saucy Queen family here to answer any questions. Thank you.
Yeah, you want to present it or just share a few words? Yeah.
Yes, so we have Mr. and Mrs. Claus coming. We have Rudolph, Frosty, tons of photo ops. We also already have some media lined up. I'm hoping the mayor again will be able to step in because he did such a great job with Charlie Belcher and Channel 28. We were really excited with the amount of media we did get for Fall Y'all, so we anticipate having just as much or more for Jingle Bell. We're gonna have some really cute contests for pets, families, and kiddos, where the kiddos could dress up on stage, so I'm hoping maybe some members of council can come and help pass out the little reindeer awards, which is just so cute. I know Vicki was able to do that for Fall Y'all, and it's just totally adorable. So we're excited, and the one thing I do want to say is that we do shows all over the Tampa Bay area. In fact, this weekend, we're doing the Tarpon Springs Seafood Festival, and the staff at Clearwater is the best. All of the staff that we work with on site, day of and before, they're just excellent. So they made our job easier, and they were so positive, and we look forward to doing that again for Jingle Bell.
Does anyone here from the public that desires to speak to this agenda item? If not, is there any board discussion? Councilmember Albritton?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I think it's a great event. You know, anytime we can use the green at the
Yes.
park, I was so glad to see the expansion of that green area. We need more of these things, and,
Yes.
you know, it just shows the diversity and what we can have there, so I'm going to look forward to seeing it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Councilmember Menino?
Thank you. Excited about the event, obviously,
Thank you.
peaked at some of the events you guys have done in the past. You've done a great job.
Thank
She's
you.
not joking about community feedback being very high. You did get a lot of accolades on
Yes.
organization and professionalism, and I appreciate that as it matches our staff, as you did say. Greatly appreciate you sharing the feedback regarding our staff.
Yes.
They are amazing. We are blessed
They're
in this
amazing.
city, so I thank you for that. In the order of consistency of what I just said on the
Mm-hmm.
last one, can you chat with us a little bit on what your advertising and marketing plan is?
Sure.
It's like
So
I
we
just
have-
identified $1,500 on the past one for a
Right.
2-week event, and now we're looking at a one-day event with a $9,000 figure, so I'm just
Right.
wondering
So
what the
for
plan is.
Fall Y'all, we had asked for 30,000. We ended up coming in under budget by 12,000 less. So we take what we put out there very seriously. This is a little bit more than what we actually probably will spend, but we don't know until we get into it if we get a radio opportunity or a TV station opportunity. Currently, for Tarpon Springs, I just did like a cable ad, you know, similar to what you were talking about. So I am working with that, so that's a possibility that would make it higher. So realistically, it would probably be around 5,000, but that includes PR, meaning booking all the TV stations. That includes ads, that type thing. It also includes our video and drone footage. So it's not just marketing, it's the post things too, a photographer, that type thing.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Yeah, thank you, sir. I'll hit on what the mayor said too. You know, I'm looking forward to something like this, and you guys did great on the
Thank
last
you.
event. It's just going forward again, trying to find other sponsorships to start lowering that cost, right?
Right.
But
Which, for last time, like I said, we did come in so much lower, and we
Perfect.
plan on doing the same
Continuing that
thing.
trajectory,
Yeah.
exactly,
Because
until-
as we go through it, we'll understand the Clearwater area a little bit easier. I'm already in all of the community groups. So
Perfect.
that makes it easier and lower the cost as well.
No, that's awesome, and I also want to say thank you for recognizing staff. I think they work tremendously hard too, and it's always good to hear it from vendors when you come
I
in
am
and working
looking-
directly with them. so.
Right, and I am looking for somebody to wear the Grinch costume. So I don't know,
Oh,
was that
me?
your hand?
I don't know, that might be Menino
I
here,
saw
Mr.
your right hand just go up. If we have to see,
That
that
is
would
too
be
funny.
from 12 to 1 if we could
I
put
mean,
you down for that.
maybe I can be your Grinch, I'll have to see.
That would be
We'll have to
great.
see.
That would help me lower the cost as well.
Oh, that was a good interjection, I do appreciate that, but
Thank
I look
you.
forward to this, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Anybody want to follow that?
I would hate to know,
No, I-
put it off for me for it.
I guess I will. To follow y'all was a great event.
Thank you so much.
It was so well publicized.
Thank you.
Got a lot of live TV coverage, and well attended. And-
Yeah.
And folks I would met there were from all over Tampa
Yes.
Bay, so. That was the first time, and
Yeah.
again, you shared with me the day of the event how wonderful our staff was and how
So great.
good they made your experience. We so appreciate them and what they do to help host your events, so. With that, is there a motion?
Motion, go
Motion
ahead.
to approve 3.3.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Look
Thank you,
forward to it.
Grinch. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Move to item 3.4, approve the July through September 2025 financial statement for filing.
I don't have costume requests, so
We're
good.
safe on this one.
Yes, the next two, we're safe, no costume requests, yeah. Ann Lopez, CRA Assistant Director. This first item that I have before you is your financials. So this takes you from July to September, so this kind of takes you through the end of last fiscal year. There was, for the month of July, $15,482.98 that was spent. In August, $20,989.58. In September, $72,787.96. And unencumbered at the end of the fiscal year, right now, we had $216,109.71. I will say there are still some expenses that are coming through, so we still have a couple items left to be paid out of next fiscal year. So that hasn't officially been closed out yet. But what I do plan to do is, once the year does close out, so hopefully around the January meeting, I'll bring a budget amendment to bring whatever was unallocated back forward to you, and allocate that into the budget for the remainder of this year. And I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Does anyone here from the public desire to speak to this agenda item? Hearing, seeing none, is there any board discussion? No board discussion, is there a motion?
Move to approve agenda item 3.4.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you. Agenda item 4.1, Director's Report for October.
Thank you. So we'll just call this the Assistant Director's Report for October for
Okay.
today. So what we're going to really be reporting out today is a lot of our wins. So you're going to see quite a few of the micro grant program that the DDB currently has. So the first event that we have coming up is the Gimmick Art Walk, scheduled for this Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m. on the 400 block. This was in partnership with Blair from the Market Culture. There'll be some live painting, pottery, music, games, an interactive art experience, and also something that I read called the Gimmick Community Canvas, which is a large wooden art piece for guests to paint on and express their creativity. So very excited to see that. Then on Friday, November 7th, from 6 to 8 p.m., also on the 400 block, an event brought to you by the Clearwater Sister Cities. They will be celebrating our two sister cities that the city of Clearwater has with Nagano, Japan, and Ixmiquilpan, Mexico. There'll be international goods, make and take, cultural arts and crafts, music, snacks, and more. The third is Cornhole. This has been going on for a couple of months now. This is in partnership with St. Pete Cornhole and Prelude. down on the 500 block of Cleveland Street. November will conclude their current application that they have, so we'll sit down with the owners of St. Pete Cornhole and staff to sit down and see what this looks like moving forward for them. And then your first Friday lunchtime market. So October 3rd was the first lunchtime market. We had a little over 150 attendees. We collected about 80 raffle tickets, 11 vendors, and there were 3 restaurants on the 400 and 500 block that participated on that event. We got some great exposure. I will say, in all the time that I've been working here at the city, this was actually my first interview I'd ever done. So, you know, that was a first for me on First Friday. We also had Nola, who is one of the owners of Chiang Mai. She did an on-the-spot interview. I got to watch it. It was amazing. I have never seen so much enthusiasm come out of one person. It was great. But they were one of our participating merchants, and they said that they had a specific deal that they had for their pop-up lunch, and they got about 12 to 15 different grab-and-go deals that day. This is some of the feedback that we received from Kevin, who is the owner of Olive and Thyme and the District Bistro. He really appreciated the event, said that it's exactly what the merchants wanted to see. This was also the same feedback that we had received from Chiang Mai as well. And then the upcoming, so for November, this Friday, November 7th, from 10 to 2, on the 400 block of Cleveland Street, we have how many vendors? We have about 15 vendors scheduled, so that's 4 more than we had last year, or last month, last year. This past Saturday was Salsa at the District, Dia de los Muertos costume party. Saw lots of pictures and videos of that on social media. It looked like there were lots of people down there. So very excited to hear back from Richard Del Rio on the report out for that event. We also have our outdoor cafe grant. So right now we have 4 businesses that have applied since October 1st. Again, it's a reimbursement of up to $8,000, and anybody who's interested on the 400 and 500 block can contact CRA staff to work through that program. And here you can also see a quote that we received from Frank, who is one of the co-owners of Downtown Pizza. And these are just some of the thank yous that we've received on behalf of grant recipients from the DDB. You can see your very own Saucy Queen right there for Fall Y'all. I will say I took my kids to that, and they had a blast. And then I did want to just provide a really quick update regarding Cleveland Street Market. We did receive notice that Slow or On The Go Cafe has closed for unforeseen reasons. We did also hear that Top Nosh Tap House, who are by the same owner, will be closing as well. Top Golf, which is the golf simulator that's in there, we're unsure if they are closed or not, because that's being run by the NM Residential, who's the owners of the Nolan. Our last conversation with Wayne from Machi Boba, he was unsure if he would be closing. We did see a sign in there that said a new restaurant would be opening soon called Sabroso, so hopefully something will be going in there soon. We have reached out to the Director of Operations for the Nolan. I have emailed and given her a call, so waiting for them to give us a call back to see if we can schedule some time to sit down and talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then one last thing before I answer any questions. Probably have seen that right at the corner of Cleveland and Garden, signs right there at the telephone building for Flipside Burger. I did reach out to Scott Dobbins with the consulting group for that build out, and I got contact information, so I did send an email out to Michael Schwartz, who is going to be the owner of Flipside Burgers. So as soon as I get some information back on opening, we'll definitely share that. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Any questions for the temporary director?
For the week, and then he can have his spot back.
All right, thank you for
Yeah,
presenting today.
absolutely.
Okay. This time we'll move to item 5 on the agenda, board members to be heard. Anyone else have anything they want to share? If not, then we will adjourn the November 3, 2025 meeting of the City of Clearwater Downtown Development Board. We'll recess for just a few minutes while we change some nameplates up here. too many here. You got the pension trustees thing.
I went last year.
I don't know why. Oh, here it is.
You made a $500 donation last year.
Okay, all right. This time we'll call to order the November 3, 2025 meeting of the City of Clearwater Pension Trustees. This time we'll move to item 2.1 on the agenda.
Approve the minutes of the August 18, 2025 trustees meeting.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. This time we move to item 3 on the agenda. Are there any citizens to be heard regarding items not on today's pension trustees agenda? Hearing and seeing none, move to item 4.1.
Approve the termination of mid-cap growth equity money manager Artisan Partners and authorize the appropriate officials to execute same.
Good afternoon, trustees. Jay Ravens, Finance Director. This item is requesting approval to terminate an underperforming pension investments money manager. Artisan Partners was hired in 2001 as a domestic equity mid-cap growth money manager. Due to underperformance in recent years, the investment committee is recommending termination at this time. Be happy to answer any questions.
Does anyone here from the public desire to speak to this agenda item? Hearing and seeing none, is there any trustees discussion? If not, is there a motion?
Move to approve agenda item 4.1.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you. Agenda item 4.2.
Approve investment manager agreement with Northern Trust Investments, Inc. for a separately managed mid-cap growth equity index investment account and authorize the appropriate officials to execute same.
Good afternoon, trustees. Jay Ravens, Finance Director. This item is a request for approval of an investment management agreement for a new passive mid-cap growth index investment account with Northern Trust that will be indexed to the Russell Mid-Cap Growth Index. This will replace an active manager, Artisan Partners, that the investment committee recommended for termination. The investment management fee for this passive product will be 4 basis points versus a fee of 80 basis points for the previous active manager. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Is there anyone here from the public desire to speak to this agenda item? Hearing and seeing none, is there any trustees discussion? Not, is there a motion?
Move to approve agenda item 4.2.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Agenda item 4.3.
Approve changes to the City of Clearwater Employees Pension Fund Statement of Investment Objectives and Guidelines Investment Policy to update the fund's investment benchmark index to adjust the minimum allocation to fixed income and other minor changes as recommended by the Plans Investment Committee.
This item is a request to approve changes and updates to the pension plan's investment policy as recommended by the investment committee and the plan's investment consultant, Cap Trust Advisors. This includes various changes as detailed in the agenda item and the redlined version of the policy. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Does anyone here from the public desire to speak to this agenda item? Hearing and seeing none, is there any trustees discussion?
If you don't mind, just a
Councilman
quick
Menino?
question for
Sure.
clarification. I read that the last time this was revisited was December of '23. Is it?
Yes, that is correct. Yes.
And how often do we revisit these?
Ideally, we do it annually.
Okay.
It's been a little bit longer than that, but the committee is reviewing it at least annually. If we don't have any substantive changes, we wouldn't typically bring it to you.
Gotcha. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Any further trustees discussion? If there's no further discussion, is there a motion?
Motion to approve agenda item 4.3.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Agenda item 4.4.
Approve the new hires for acceptance into the pension plan as listed.
Good afternoon, Tiffany Macris, HR Director, here to answer any questions you may have.
Does anyone here from the public desire to speak to this agenda item? Hearing seen none, is there any trustees discussion? No discussion, is there a motion?
Motion to approve agenda item 4.4.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you. Agenda item 4.5.
Approve the following request of employee Michael Morea, Police Department, to vest his pension as provided in Section 2.419 of the Employees Pension Plan.
Tiffany Macris, HR Director, here for any questions.
Okay. Does anyone here from the public desire to speak to this agenda item? Hearing seen none, is there any trustees discussion? If there's no discussion, is there a motion?
Move to approve agenda item 4.5.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Agenda item 4.6.
Approve the following requests of Stephen Baginski, Police Department, Javon Graham, Fire Department, and Sandra Lear, Information Technology Department, for regular pension as provided in Sections 2.416 and 2.424 of the Employees Pension Plan.
Tiffany Macris, Human Resources Director, here for any questions.
Anyone here from the public desire to speak to this agenda item? Hearing seen none, is there any trustees discussion? If there's no discussion, is there a motion?
Move to approve agenda item 4.6.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you. Move to agenda item 5, is our director's report today. I don't think we normally don't have this on here, do we? Okay, with no director's report, we'll move to item 6, which is adjournment. This time we'll adjourn the November 3rd, 2025 meeting of the City of Clearwater Pension Trustees. This time we'll call to order the November 3, 2025 City of Clearwater City Council Work Session. This time we'll move to item 2.1 on the agenda. I'd like to call forward, somebody's here, Megan Brennan and Brianna Roberts from Ruth Eckerd Hall to make a quarterly update presentation on the performance of the sound. Excuse me, the Baycare sound.
All right. Hi, I'm Megan Brennan, Vice President of Marketing, Chief Marketing Officer. I wanted to kick us off because I'm a marketing person with a fun little sizzle reel video for you. Hopefully it works. And there's no volume. Where's the volume? No, oh, it had volume. It's taping.
You can sing.
Yeah, go ahead.
If the music
I'm gonna go with no.
I can feel it.
All right. Oh boy, technical difficulties. One moment. Sorry, first timer here.
Doing great.
That's why we have our communications professionals.
Yeah, thank goodness, right? Anyways, I wanted to come here to talk to you a little bit, to do the quarterly update That video was really footage just since the last time that we were here visiting you guys a few months ago in July. So a lot has happened. Since our last visit, we celebrated our 100th show at Leon Bridges on September 15th. Great night, had a lot of fun giveaways. People were really into it, did a lot of fun activations. We experienced our first extended footprint on October 12th with the Tedeschi Trucks band. And then on October 14th for T-Pain, we had our largest capacity show to date and our highest grossing show. We've also experienced our best rankings thus far, and I will talk about that in a second. So far for 2025, or what we see to have for 2025, I don't think anything else will get booked between now and then. We'll see. We have 58 total events. Still to come, we have these shows here, plus a holiday event and our St. Pete College winter graduation. So 5 more events to come for our total 58. Our holiday event, we are just announcing a Whoville holiday. It is on Sunday, December 7th at 4 o'clock. It's a fun, free family event. We'll have meet and greet with the Grinch and falling snow, hot chocolate, and a wonderful holiday music performance from our students of the Marsha P. Hoffman School of the Arts, as well as a screening of the Grinch. So we're excited to try something new and different down at the Sound for the holidays. Next, Susan wanted me to report on the city's surcharge remittance for fiscal year 2025. We are remitting $781,631, which is a 70% increase from FY24. That was $455,500. So to date, we have remitted $1.4 million to the city for our surcharge. As I mentioned earlier, these are our best rankings to date. We are now the #3 amphitheater in the nation, as well as in the world. We were #4 in the world, and we're inching our way up. In case you're curious, because I know I was, #1 is Red Rocks, #2 is St. Augustine Amphitheater, and then us at #3, 4 is Hollywood Bowl, and 5 is PNC Music Pavilion in Charlotte, North Carolina. And this is strictly for venues 10,000 seats or less. And then my little area of the world, social media. We've seen extreme growth in this area since the inception of the Sound. We are at almost 17,000 followers on Facebook and almost 18,000 followers on Instagram. Since January, we've seen a reach of 20.3 million on Facebook and on Instagram. In comparison to this same time period, January through October of last year, we've had 191% growth. So people love the Bay Care Sound. Editorial coverage, we get a lot of TV coverage. This was for fiscal year 25, so December to end of September for us. We had over 130,000 in editorial coverage, where we saw 69% of that coverage come from television, as well as print was 23% and 8% from radio. I recently did a survey to Bay Care Sound ticket holders just to kind of learn a little bit more about who is coming. Obviously, we see when we're there who's there, but really learn a little bit more about what they're doing when they come around the city and whatnot. So 61% of concert attendees come from outside of Pinellas County, which I thought was interesting. Of those, 15% are using rideshare or public transportation. 67% dined out, and of that 67%, 91% reported dining in Clearwater. I love this stat. How many shows did you attend? 36% had attended one show, but the next highest percentage is 5 shows or more. So to me, that's a pretty big testament of loving the experience and wanting to come back for more. A little more feedback on the survey. When we asked them how likely they are to return, 86% of them said they were very likely. Somewhat likely was 12%, and only 2% were not likely to return. When we asked if there was anything different they would do when returning to the venue, honestly, an overwhelming response said they wouldn't change a single thing. The only thing they would maybe change is coming a little bit earlier to enjoy a little bit more of the venue experience, which obviously we love to hear. When questioned about parking, the overwhelming report that there was an ease of parking, so nothing crazy to report there. 37% responses said that the season does impact their decision to attend, and the top obstacles to attending included heat, the sun shining in, and time of year, which is not a surprise to any of us. And then lastly, a look ahead to 2026. We so far have 17 shows confirmed with offers and holds for 57 shows. I know next week alone, they're not even listed on there. I think we put 4 shows on sale, so, and they're big. So I'm excited about that. But that's my portion. I'm gonna hand it off to Brianna Roberts, our VP of Event Operations. She's gonna discuss our sustainability initiatives.
Thank you. All right, Brianna Roberts, VP of Event Operations, reporting on the year 2 stats of our sustainability report. This year, we saved over 125,000 single-use plastic drinkware from the landfills. We do not allow single-use plastics into the Bay Care Sound, and we do so by providing aluminum cups, canned water, canned wine, soda cans, and selling reusable cups, so folks can buy drinks from us, fill up with water, return to the venue with them, what have you. We are estimating that our total recycled amount is about 450 cubic yards of recycling. So that is a huge factor for a hospitality business to make food and drink kind of the biggest area of our recycling efforts. Another thing that we do, that we just started doing, is actually the Florida Central Credit Union View now has biodegradable cups made from rice, and we also provide those for our attendees that are in the pit area so that they don't dehydrate, because we know that they would rather stay in their spot all night than take care of themselves. So we want to go the extra mile and provide that, and the only way we can do that is by having something that they can throw away. So we make sure that those are also sustainable. Some of our completed goals this year, we added video screens on either side of the stage. We also have a large video screen in the back. So in lieu of paper programs, handing out flyers, event flyers, advertising, that kind of a thing, we now have those rolling on the screens so that we can minimize our paper use. It's also an accessibility feature, which is great for us to be able to reach those folks that are in the back of the lawn for the large shows. Backstage in our little gravel area where we have our artists hanging out, we have solar lighting that we've implemented back there underneath our umbrellas. And we have recently installed a mobile ticket kiosk. So we partnered with KISS kiosks to offer that downtown. There is currently not an outlet for folks to walk up and buy tickets. We don't have one at the Capitol right now. So this kiosk actually brings greater access to folks downtown that want to go and buy in person, save a little money on fees. And it also kind of dovetails nicely with our initiative to offer primarily mobile ticketing, which is going to cut down on printing expenses, paper stock, and all of that. We have also recently partnered with Synergistic. They are working with us doing energy audits. So they recently came to the venue and kind of gave us some pointers on what we can do to kind of reduce our energy use, just be more smart about scheduling our lighting, scheduling our AC needs. And we'll be looking forward to doing more of that and kind of getting a comparison for next year. Some in-progress goals that we're working on. Front of house solar lighting, so we're looking to kind of replace, just be smarter about the lighting usage that we are using in the venue right now for any of the areas where the public are, keeping folks safe in the lawn where it tends to get a little bit dark and you know, we want to make sure we're being safe. And vegetation relocation is in reference to some of our gates are moving around. We're adding more kind of accessibility for the front of house spaces. And in order to do that, we're working with City Parks and Rec to make sure that we're getting some of the nice vegetation that's there just moved to somewhere else, so we're not having folks kind of trample all over them, which is what they'll do if we don't create a nice, beautiful path for them. I think that's all I have. Any questions sustainability-wise for me? Yeah.
Councilmember Albritton?
I just want to make a comment first that I love the diversity of the shows that you have this year. You've really made a big difference on the amount of people that come and the different age groups of people. It's amazing, and I'm glad that you've done that. What about the rain guard in the back? Is that being made, or?
The sunshade,
Yeah,
it's a work in progress. We're working on it.
okay, all right.
Yeah. That's the update
Be
I
nice,
have on that. We're
be
still
nice to
kind
have
of
it
in
before
progress.
next summer.
Yes.
So-
Luckily, we're moving into the time of year, or we just moved into the time of year where we kind of get a reprieve from that for a
Yeah.
little while, but
Yeah.
yeah, still in progress.
But thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Councilmember Menino?
Yeah, Mayor, thank you. Thank you for the update. Congratulations on number 3, moving up the list. That's awesome, and what a great honor to the whole team. And I know as a team in the city of Clearwater, we're proud. And I think one of the things you said was people love the Bay Care sound, and so do we. We're right there with you. I feel blessed to go to these shows, but every time we go, there seems to be something new added that just makes the experience that much more enjoyable. And it's noticed every time, whether it was early in this journey, maybe some bathrooms were missing, and then maybe it was sound, and then it's the video boards on the side, and then it's the videos on the back, in the background, to the sound updates, to how you're formatting and positioning stages and kickouts for the different events that you're having. Just it's been amazing and a fun journey to watch and be a part of. So congratulations to the team, and thank you.
Councilmember Cotton?
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you both for the update. I greatly appreciate it. I didn't realize they were rice cups. That's really cool to understand, so thank you for that. That's really unique and incredible, honestly. Quick question, well, also, great job with the 50-plus shows, 58 shows that you guys have done this year. That's incredible. I do have one question about the 17 scheduled shows we have for next year and the 57 outstanding. Does that include the 17 that are already booked, so you're still waiting on 40 shows?
Yeah.
Or is it 57 in addition to the 17 that are already?
Yeah, because those won't all confirm, that 57.
Right.
But that's just what we have offers and holds for.
Okay,
You know,
perfect.
but sometimes, like, it might be held for this year, and then the artist comes back and says, we're not gonna tour until 27, you know?
Gotcha.
So that can happen. But yeah, right now we have 17 locked in happening, and then additional 57 are either have offers in or
Perfect.
holds for confirming.
It's exciting, awesome, very good. And thank you for the data too, with the percentages from your survey that showed that, 67% of people were coming in and dining, and that 91% of those were dining in downtown Clearwater. I think that that's huge. I think that that's one of the main reasons for the previous council that wanted this here and to make sure that our downtown district started ramping up. So that's an incredible statistic just by itself, not to mention all the other incredible information you guys have brought. So thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Okay, Vice Mayor?
Brianna, it's been a while. There's been so much to celebrate. This is near and dear to my heart. Looking at the stats, the experience of it, nothing but positive vibes come from me. And the only regret I have is that Zev wasn't here to see it, because it was his dream. But I'm sure, he'll be proud of all the work that everybody put into this. Because when he was talking about it, no one believed it would ever be a reality. So, thank you.
Okay. I'll just kind of pile on with all the compliments. I said this at a prior meeting, Seth Buffman, I mean, he really, he pitched a fit, really, to get us to think bigger, to get this done the way it is. And even after we decided to do it, there were so many naysayers, that it'll never work, people will never come downtown Clearwater, so many. And to see this flourishing the way it is, we all get out, but I get all around Tampa Bay, different meetings. I was in Orlando last week for a meeting. I'd say it's the number one thing that folks from Tampa or Lakeland or anywhere in the region ask me about is the Bay Care Center. And the way they'll tell me how fantastic their experience was, they've never been downtown Clearwater before, they came over for a concert, it was fantastic, you have a great venue, or they'll say, I've heard so much about it. I've needed to get over there and get to a show. And so when you put up 61% of concert attendees come from outside Pinellas County, I believe it. It's really, it's the talk of the region, particularly when it comes to music and entertainment. It's just been fantastic. And when I see this too, on how much money you're contributing back to the city from it, I'm motivated as much as ever to make sure more and more people know about it and they actually attend events there, because the more people that attend, more money you're returning back to us. So I know we all do that already, but certainly it makes a difference when we all, as a community, pitch in and encourage folks to attend. So thank you for what you've done. I've complimented Susan and Bobby and your team already, but and I echo what Councilmember Albritton said. The diversity of types of music has been really important to that in bringing a different crowd each time, and you've done an outstanding job in doing that too. So thank you for all you've done. Let's say, we can't make it much more successful than what we can, but, we're not number one, we're number 3 or 2. So we got some room to grow and improvement, but.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. Thank you for what you've done for this venue. It's just been, in my view, a phenomenal success for our city, for our community, and thank you for helping us do that.
Thank you. Thank you for the partnership. We love working with Bay Care Sound. It is a challenge always, like you said, to, see the problems and make it better. And that's kind of our hallmark, I would say. It's what we love to do. So it's great to see it noticed. So thank you.
Thank you for being here today.
Of course.
We now move to item 3.1 on the agenda.
Approve a third amendment to lease agreement between the City of Clearwater and Clearwater Golf Club.
Good afternoon, Mayor, council members, Art Cater, Parks and Recreation Director. The item before you today is to consider extending the lease agreement between the Clearwater Golf Club LLC and the city for the operation of the Clearwater Golf Club, formerly called Clearwater Country Club, from May 1st, 2041 through April 30th, 2055. On April 26, 2011, the city entered into an agreement with the Clearwater Golf Club for a 20-year agreement to operate the city-owned golf course. Subsequent to that, on January 24th, 22, that agreement was extended by 10 years when the club invested in an additional $1.2 million in capital improvements to the course. There are 9 bridges on the golf course, all in need of replacement or repair, as they are over 60 years old and have been damaged caused by flooding throughout those 60 years from the creek, and most recently the hurricanes have caused the closure of 3 of those bridges on the course. The club is now investing over $500,000 to $1 million to replace and repair all 9 bridges on the golf course, and is requesting an additional extension to their contract of 10 years for these additional capital improvements. Currently, the club reimburses the city 3% of gross revenue they make per year. For the last 10 years of this agreement, if it's approved, they will increase that to 4%. I'm available to answer any of your questions.
Any questions on this agenda item? Councilmember Cotton.
I don't have any questions. I more so just have a comment. I think of a good partnership when it comes between a partner and the city. And when you see, them willing to increase their percentage of what comes back to the city, as well as take care of the bridges and investing $500 to $1 million of city property, that's a good partnership in my mind. So I appreciate that and look forward to the golf course. I know I enjoy it, even though my handicap's terrible and I'll never be on the tour. It's definitely a fun course to get out and enjoy time. So thank you.
Anything else? No? Well, it's a historic course, and appreciate the partnership. I think they do a great job out there keeping it going. And fortunately, we have to work on all 9 bridges, but yeah, they're old, so we do. Councilmember Albritton?
The only thing I'd like to see him do, and I've talked to him about it before, is expand his food business.
Yeah.
I think he's, before it was a bigger, and it has good food there, but he ought to expand it to, I know there's some clubs that would like to go back and meet there, and it's an opportunity.
We'll talk with him about that. I will say this, the course is better than it has ever been. It really is. If you're a golfer, I mean, people need to come to find out about this club. They really do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, do we have consent on this agenda?
Yep.
We have consent. Thank you. Agenda item 3.2.
Authorize insurance reimbursement payment to Fields, Inc., doing business as Barefoot Beach House of Clearwater, Florida, in the amount of $314,700.
Art Cater, Parks and Recreation Director. The Barefoot Beach House structure is managed by Fields, Inc., sustained substantial damage during Hurricane Helene and Milton. The property is covered by an insurance policy that the city has, but is paid for by Fields, Inc. as part of their agreement with the city. Fields, Inc., as tenant, undertook and completed all necessary repairs to restore the structure to open prior to spring 2025 at a total cost of $366,272. The total amount received from the city or by the city from the insurance company for damages to this structure was $314,700. Staff is now requesting that these funds be reimbursed to Fields, Inc. for the repairs made to this facility. Available to answer any of your questions.
Any questions on this agenda? Should this be on consent? No. Yes. Okay. Do we have consent?
Yeah.
We have consent on 3.2. 3.3.
Approve Amendment 1 to the agreement between the City of Clearwater and the Juvenile Welfare Board to increase funding for fiscal year '26 by $334,668.
Art Cater, Parks and Recreation Director. Since 2000, the city and the Juvenile Welfare Board have partnered together to provide after-school programs and summer programs in Clearwater. The current agreement for fiscal year 25-26 was approved in September of this year, so just a couple of months back. JWB approached the city in late September after the funding agreement was already approved to see if the city was interested in offering an after-school program and summer program for elementary school children at the North Greenwood Recreation Complex. On October 15th, 2025, the JWB board approved the transition of this program from Clearwater Neighborhood Family Center to the City of Clearwater on or about January 1st, 2026. To ensure uninterrupted service to both the children, the parents, and the broader community, JWB will continue to fund this program through the Clearwater Neighborhood Family Center through the end of this year. In addition, JWB has approached the Mattie Williams Neighborhood Family Center to continue operating the family support service programs for the neighborhood. The city will lease space to Mattie Williams Neighborhood Family Center to operate out of the North Greenwood Recreation Complex. JWB funding will cover all city costs for this program, including the cost for 5.2 new FTEs needed to operate the program. If this item is approved, Human Resources and Parks and Recreation Department will immediately seek to fill the necessary 5.2 FTEs. It'll be tight, very close, but we want to be ready to start the program January 1st, 2026. Staff is looking forward to providing this program, much needed program for the elementary children in this neighborhood. Sandy Clayton, Recreation Division Manager, and myself are here to answer any questions you might have regarding this.
Any questions on this agenda? Councilmember Cotton.
No questions again, just a statement to thank the Juvenile Welfare Board and everybody there for seeing the need and providing the service for our residents, at least for the next year. I think that they'll see the value that's in it that they already see, and I appreciate them for this,
Yes.
helping us out.
Councilmember Menino.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, very similar. This is one of those requests that come in, and it's easy for staff to say, we have too many responsibilities. We don't have the manpower. We don't have the resources. we have enough on our plate. And kudos to the team and to you and your recreation staff for stepping up. And what I kept hearing was, it's about the kids. It's about the kids. And it truly is about the kids. The kids would have been the ones that lost out on this opportunity in our community. And I appreciate staff stepping up and JWB stepping up to fill that gap and doing it at a cost of zero to the city and to the citizens of Clearwater. That's important, and I appreciate it.
Yes.
I want to thank Juvenile Welfare Board too for providing this for our kids here in Clearwater and families. Anything further on this agenda item? If not, do we have consent?
Yep.
We have consent on 3.3. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Agenda item 4.1.
Authorize a purchase order with St. Petersburg College for the Clearwater Police Department and Clearwater Fire Rescue for Police Academy sponsorships, paramedic training program, and ongoing advanced training.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor, Council. I have to put my glasses on these days. In recent years, the effort to recruit and hire quality police officer candidates has become increasingly competitive. In response, the Clearwater Police Department has made various efforts towards the challenge, to include offering police academy sponsorships to new officer candidates. This has become a common practice with other law enforcement agencies and is critical for the police department to continue this same practice. In fiscal year 2024, the agency sponsored 11 cadets. In fiscal year 2025, the agency sponsored 14 cadets. And in fiscal year 2026, we are estimating sponsoring up to 16 cadets. The police academy is offered through the Southeastern Public Safety Institute, otherwise known as SEPSI, at the St. Petersburg College. The academy is a 22-week, 790-hour program that includes classroom and practical scenario-based instruction in criminal law, investigations, interviewing, report writing, traffic stops, defensive tactics, firearms, driving, and de-escalation techniques. The police academy will properly prepare cadets to then enter an additional 20-week training program provided by the police department to ensure their readiness to adequately serve and protect the citizens, visitors, and business owners within the city of Clearwater and meet the dynamic challenges of being a police officer. Academy sponsorships are $5,000 for each cadet and would equate to $80,000 for the estimated 16 sponsorships. An additional $20,000 is estimated for advanced training for current officers to keep up with the newest trends in high liability areas, as well as get specific training for positions to include instructors, detective, community policing, supervisor, and many other areas. Clearwater Fire Rescue is requesting $37,000 to continue sponsoring new EMTs to attend paramedic school at St. Pete College in response to the critical need for qualified paramedics in our community. The paramedic school program spans 3 semesters, including Paramedic 1, Paramedic 2, and Paramedic 3. Through this comprehensive training, students will undergo essential hands-on clinical experiences both in the hospital and in the field. This hands-on approach ensures a well-rounded education, preparing our personnel to meet the dynamic challenges of emergency medical services. An additional $18,000 is estimated for advanced training for current firefighters and EMTs to keep up with the newest trends in the field. I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
Any questions on this agenda item? Councilmember Cotton?
Lieutenant, thank you for going over that. I think it's extremely important too. I mean, just with the shortages that we're seeing, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. My question is, for the cadets, some don't make it, right?
Correct.
Some of them maybe make it through school and then don't make it through the 20 weeks, the more intense training that you guys have here. Maybe staff over here knows, maybe you know. If they don't, is there a payback for the college that we put them through? Should they go to another agency? Should they start working in that field?
There is, and forgive me, I didn't introduce myself. Thank you, Lieutenant Mike Hasty with the Clearwater Police Department.
Not what I was trying to do.
That's okay. So yes, we do have them sign a contract if they leave on their own accord within 2 years after completing field training. They do owe us up to that $5,000, depending on what the time period is between when they are entering the academy and when the period of that contract expires.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Again, I think that this is a perfect program. I can't stress to you guys up here enough how hard it is to find good quality people. My agency's gone so far to start a high school cadet program and then go from there to sponsor kids through fire and paramedic school as well. So I'm all about this type of program, and thank you very much for the information.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Do we have consent? We have consent on 4.1. Thank you.
Thank you.
Agenda item 4.2.
Reappoint Michael Couture to the Board of Trustees, Clearwater Police Supplementary Pension Plan.
Good afternoon, Mayor, City Council. I'm Sergeant Jeffrey DeVincent with the Clearwater Police Department. The item before you is to reappoint Michael Couture to the Board of Trustees for the Clearwater Police Department Supplemental Pension Plan with a term to expire October 31st, 2029. Mr. Couture is a legal resident of Clearwater, Florida, and the Board of Trustees recommend his reappointment. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, any questions or comments? Do we have consent? We have consent on this agenda item. Thank you. Agenda item 5.1.
Authorize the acceptance of the U.S. Department of Energy's Goldfield Office Fiscal Year 23 Congressionally Directed Spending Award for Clearwater Solar Panel Project.
Good afternoon, Mayor, City Council, City Leadership. Cassie Cordova, Sustainability and Environmental Manager, Public Works. Today I'm here to request acceptance of $949,500 on a federal award from the Department of Energy for the Clearwater Solar Panel Project. This grant requires a 50% match and will fund solar installations at City Hall, the Long Center, Countryside Library, and the North Greenwood Recreation Center. City Hall and Long Center already have solar included in their construction budgets, and this funding allows us to cover a large percentage of those costs. The remaining two projects, Countryside and North Greenwood, are being brought forward next under Bandy's construction agenda item. These four projects together will save the city millions in electricity costs over the next 30 years, with payback periods between 4 and 7 years after the incentives. And the DOE award leverages city funds and federal tax incentives for a strong financial return. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions or comments on this agenda? Councilman Menino.
Just a comment, thank you. I just wanted to commend staff on pursuing funding stacks from outside agencies, especially federal funding grants and stuff that makes these projects very, very doable and shows an ROI a lot sooner, obviously. I also credit staff on when we build some of our capital projects, that forward-thinking ability to have them plug and play ready for the opportunity of something like this coming forward versus working backwards and trying to redo an entire roof, which would need to be done, but they make them plug and play ready. So this is a great opportunity. I wish we had more agenda items of us accepting almost $1 million of funding. That'd be nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions, comments? Do we have consent? We have consent on 5.1. Thank you. Agenda item 5.2.
Cassie
Go
Cordova.
ahead.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
Authorize a guaranteed maximum price of Bandy's construction for the installation of rooftop solar panels.
Cassie Cordova, Public Works. This item requests authorization of a guaranteed maximum price of $1,093,414.20 to Bandy's Construction for rooftop solar installations at Countryside Library and the North Greenwood Recreation Center. These are both high-visibility, high-use facilities identified as top financial performers in the city's solar feasibility study. Together, they will save approximately $2.9 million in utility costs over the next 30 years, with payback periods of 4 to 5 years after incentives. The projects also qualify for a 30% cash refund through the federal elective pay program, which we have successfully filed for and received the last 2 years. Bandy's has successfully completed 2 prior solar projects for the city and has a strong track record delivering on time and on budget.
Okay. Any questions, comments on this agenda? Councilmember Cotton.
Yeah, hey Cassie, I just, thank you very much. I want to go over this real quick because with the 50% of grants and 30% of incentives, it looks like from what I'm seeing here, at least the Long Center will be 3 years and City Hall will be 6. With the estimated payback of paying it down. The reason why I think that that's huge, and I want to make sure that anybody watching this now, is we're obviously cutting that substantially down, right? If we were to continue paying into year 14, 15, then you're starting to get outside that return on investment that Cassie's pointed out. So thank you for working hard to grab those grants to make sure that we're offsetting this cost. Because if you get to the end of that 30 years, the majority of the hardware and all those things, the warranties are up, right? So at least with these quick pay downs, that's where you're really getting the return on investment, so it really makes sense. So thank you very much for that, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments? Councilmember Menino.
Well, Mayor, thank you. Just a comment. You know, the citizens are feeling that same pinch on electrical increasing costs from, not just Duke Energy, but they're seeing it in Tampa at TECO and St. Pete. And a lot of our communities are feeling it. Obviously, the municipalities feel it as well. So I commend the city staff and leadership on being consistent on pursuing alternative energy sources to really try to drive those energy costs down. I know it's important to this dais as well as staff, and I thank you and your team for that as well.
Thank you very much.
Any other comments? Okay, do we have consent?
Yeah.
We have consent on 5.2. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Agenda item 6.1.
Authorize a purchase order to Allen J. Fleet Sales of Sebring, Florida for the purchase of 2 2026 Ford Interceptors and 1 Chevrolet Tahoe.
Well, good afternoon, City Council. Good afternoon, Mayor. I'd like to take a brief moment, if I could, if you don't mind, to introduce our new fleet manager, Mr. A.J. Davis. I'd like to give him an opportunity for you to meet him because he may be coming up to give these presentations. If I'm lucky. Okay. So, thank you, AJ.
Nice to meet you.
We are very lucky to have him. So again, Brady Colandre, I'm General Services Director for the City of Clearwater, and I'm here to present to you, we're looking to replace 3 vehicles that have been deemed by risk management to be wrecked beyond repair. And we're looking to take those units to public auction as well.
Any questions, comments on this agenda? If not, do we have consent?
Yep.
Okay, we have consent on 6.1. Thank you.
Thank you.
Agenda item 6.2.
Declare the listed vehicles and equipment as surplus.
Good afternoon, City Council and Mayor. Brady Colandre, General Services Director. We're bringing before you items that to be surplus. These are items that have either been deemed obsolescent, or we're not going to replace these units, or we're going to take them to public auction to bring back proceeds to the city's coffers.
Questions or comments on this agenda? If none, do we have consent?
Yep.
We have consent on 6.2. Thank you.
Thank you.
Agenda item 6.3.
Authorize purchase order Global Public Safety of Hanover, Maryland, and Enforcement 1 of Oldsmar, Florida for police upfitting services.
Good afternoon, City Council. Brady Colandre, Director of General Services. So we're bringing before you, we're looking to award a contract for upfitting for police vehicles. This is going to include radios, lights, sirens, the partitions for the back of the patrol cars. And we're looking to do this with 2 vendors, which previously we only had 1. So by awarding this with both vendors, it'll give us an opportunity to get these upfitted in a much expedited manner to where we're not sitting on vehicles for a couple months. Here, if you have any questions or concerns about the upfitting.
Well, there was pricing difference. I had a question on between the 2 of them. On, some things were lower in one and the other. So we're still going to use one vendor for all of them, and then, okay, we're going to, whoever's the lowest on whatever the.
Correct. We're going to wager each other against each other to
Perfect.
get the best pricing.
Okay. Okay, any other questions, comments? Okay. If not, do we have consent?
Yes.
We have consent on 6.3. Thank you. Agenda item 6.4.
Authorize a purchase order Garland DBS Inc. for roof replacement at Maine Police Department.
Good afternoon, City Council, Mayor, Brady Colandre, Director of General Services. So today we're bringing before you the replacement of the Maine PD roof. This roof is roughly 29 years old. It's original to the building. We're looking at a full replacement, which should take about a 90-day turnaround time. We're looking for this project to be completed within the the beginning of the second quarter of fiscal year 26. And I'm available if you have any questions or concerns.
Any questions, comments on this agenda? No? We want our police department to have a roof on this building that doesn't leak.
Might
That'd
be
be a good
important.
idea, I think, for important work they do. Okay, do we have consent on 6.4?
Yep.
We have consent on 6.4. Agenda item 7.1.
Thank you, everyone.
Authorize
Thank
a
you.
purchase order 10-8 Fire and Equipment for 1 Osage Warrior Type 1 Rescue and Ford 450 Crew Cab Chassis.
Mr. Mayor, Council, good afternoon. Chad Pittman, Fire Chief. And this request is for the purchase of a fire rescue vehicle, ambulance-type vehicle for replacement from 10-8 manufacturer. And I'm here to answer any questions if you have them.
Any questions on this agenda? Okay, no questions or comments. Do we have consent?
Yep.
We have consent on 7.1. Thank you,
Thank you.
Chief. Yeah. Agenda item 8.1.
Approve supplemental work order 4 with Moffett and Nichol to provide construction phase services for Phase 2 of the Beach Marina project.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council. Mike McDonald, Marine and Aviation Director. This item is a request to approve supplemental work order number 4 with Moffett Nichol for construction phase services for Phase 2 of the Clearwater Beach Marina project in the amount of $96,276, increasing the total purchase order to just over $2 million pursuant to RFQ 2421. Construction phase services for this project were always intended to be awarded in stages as each phase of construction progressed. This supplemental work order provides for continued engineering oversight and coordination during Phase 2 construction, which is already included in the approved project budget. Under this work order, Moffett Nichol will participate in biweekly coordination meetings, review contractor requests for information, perform periodic site visits, and document construction progress, and prepare final record drawings. They will also assist the city with the $4 million Resiliency Florida grant, coordinating with the Florida Department of Environmental Protection to finalize project documentation and supporting the grant award process, which I'll be bringing to you guys within the next month. Funding is available in the capital project C-1905. Staff recommends approval, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions.
Okay,
Sir.
Councilmember Albritton.
So I went over to take a look at the construction of the marina. I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Because somebody had told me that they're putting in wood pilings. I'm going, I don't think so. I went over and looked at it. It looked like the pilings that are on the floating docks are metal.
Correct.
And are those temporary until concrete goes in, or that's what you're going to use?
No, they're steel pilings, and they'll have HD, and forget the name, acronym for it, but it'll be sleeved.
Oh, sleeves over the top?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, because I thought, well, maybe they're temporary because metal and seawater don't go really well
Yeah.
together.
No,
So-
they just haven't put the sleeves over them yet.
Okay.
So, yeah, those
Perfect.
are steel pilings, and they're designed for it. Now, where the commercial is along the seawall, the fixed docks, those will be timber pilings.
Oh, by the fixed docks?
Yes.
Okay. All right, very good.
Other questions, comments? Well, in case the public has comments, so the additional, about $100,000 expense is just because we're phasing this in?
Correct.
Yeah, there's no.
Correct.
Cost
When this project started almost 4 years ago, it actually came down, it was closer to 110,000. But we didn't know when the project would be completed because we hadn't even started the design yet. So we decided to do the design, the construction phase services in phases like this, so.
In case it comes up Thursday night. So I
Absolutely.
just want to make sure, the public has questions sometimes, and so I just want to make sure I understood too, so. Okay, do we have consent on this agenda?
Yes.
Okay, I have consent. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
That, we will move to agenda item 9.1.
Adjust the minimum monthly wastewater collection rates for customers with meters under 1 inch and pass ordinance 9854-25.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. I'm Mike Flanagan, Interim Public Utilities Director. Today I'm requesting you adopt ordinance number 9854-25 on its first reading. This ordinance corrects and adjusts the monthly minimum wastewater collections rates for customers with meters under 1 inch. This rate adjustment is necessary to adequately fund our wastewater system, maintain compliance with debt coverage requirements, and support essential capital improvement projects. Effective October 1st, the rate for this group was erroneously lowered to $34.73 when it should have been increased to $40.74. This ordinance corrects that error, resulting in a monthly increase of $6.01 for most residential customers beginning December 1st, 2025. The proposed rate structure is based on recommendations from the recent revenue sufficiency analysis conducted by Stantec Consulting. This action directly supports several of our strategic priorities. It ensures high-performing government by properly funding and maintaining vital infrastructure. It also allows environmental stewardship by providing the resources needed to protect our local waterways and promotes community well-being by ensuring safe and reliable sanitation system for our residents. I'm happy to respond to any questions.
Any questions, comments? We're basically just correcting a scrivener's mistake.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. All right, thank you. Agenda item 9.2.
Authorize a purchase order to Tyhedral Inc. on Orlando, Florida for the purchase of supervisory control and data acquisition system software licenses.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. I'm Wayne LaFleur, Assistant Manager of Infrastructure and Maintenance. I'm requesting your approval on an agreement with Trihedral Incorporated for a new SCADA software system, which we use to monitor and control our water and wastewater facilities. The total for the software, including the first year of support, is $199,079.75. With ongoing annual support for 9 years at $30,000, $467.25 per year. Our current system needs updating. After a formal RFP process, Trihedral's VT SCADA was selected as the best solution. The final price ensures all of our facilities are properly licensed, which prevents higher costs within the future. This upgrade will improve reliability and overall performance across our utility infrastructure. This action supports our strategic plan for a high-performing government by modernizing vital public infrastructure. I'm happy to respond with any questions.
Any questions or comments on this agenda item? Okay, if not, do we have consent?
Yes.
We have consent on 9.2. Thank you.
Thank you.
Agenda item 9.3.
Authorize an increase to purchase order with Fastball Company for citywide facility maintenance, repair, and operations.
Good afternoon again, Mike Flanagan, Interim Public Utilities Director. Requesting your authorization to increase our citywide purchase order with Fastenal Company for essential maintenance, repair, and operations supplies. We are asking to increase the current term by $600,000 and increase 2 future optional renewal years to a new annual amount of $600,000. This contract provides a wide range of industrial supplies for multiple departments through vending machines. Since the program was fully implemented, its efficiency has led to citywide usage and exceeded our original estimates. We were based on historical data before the vending program took widespread adoption. This increase will ensure all departments have timely access to the necessary materials to maintain city facilities and equipment. We are purchasing these items through a Sourcewell collaborative contract, which provides pre-negotiated competitive pricing. This action supports our strategic plan for high-performing government by properly maintaining city infrastructure. I'm happy to respond to any questions you may have.
Any questions or comments on this agenda item? If there are none, do we have consent?
Yeah.
Yes. We have consent on 9.3. Thank you. Agenda item 9.4.
Approve a purchase order to Lindmark Construction of St. Petersburg, Florida for removal and replacement of sodium hypochlorite tanks.
Good afternoon, Mike Flanagan, Interim Public Utilities Director. Requesting your approval for the purchase order of $243,611.68 to Lindmark Construction to replace 2 sodium hypochlorite tanks at our Northeast Water Reclamation Facility. These tanks store both bleach, essential for our wastewater disinfection process. The existing tanks are leaking and beyond repair, making the replacement critical for maintaining safe and reliable operations. Lindmark Construction was selected as the lowest responsive bidder through our formal bidding process. This action supports our strategic priorities of high-performing government, environmental stewardship, and community well-being by maintaining vital infrastructure to protect public health and our environment. I'm happy to respond to any questions.
Any questions or comments on this agenda? If there are none, do we have consent?
Yep.
We have consent on 9.4. Thank you. Agenda item 9.5.
Approve settlement of Department of Environmental Protection versus City of Clearwater, OGC file for in-kind project.
Good afternoon, Mike Flanagan, Interim Public Utilities Director. Requesting your approval to settle the Department of Environmental Protection case OGC file number 25-1120. The proposed settlement involves completing an in-kind project valued at a minimum of $1,254,783. DEP cited the city for wastewater discharges, some of which occurred during major storm events last year. Our department promptly self-reported all spills and has proactive measures in place to upgrade our systems and prevent future issues. We successfully negotiated a revised settlement. This agreement resolves the cash penalty of over $837,000 by completing this in-kind project, which is a reduction from the DP's initial proposal. It's important to note that we are beginning this process, that we're bringing this to you today to meet FDP's November 10th deadline, even as we await final amendments from them regarding certain inflow and infiltration requirements. If you have any questions regarding that, I can speak to it. This action supports our strategic priorities of being a high-performing government by preserving vital infrastructure, environmental stewardship by protecting our natural resources, and community well-being by safeguarding public health. I'm happy to respond to any questions you have.
Any questions on this agenda? So if I understand it, we sign this and then we submit our list of in-kind projects, or is that part of this?
Yeah, so with
Lengthy
the in-kind
document.
project, so the decision point for that actually happens later.
Okay.
So we'll submit that to them, and then they'll respond, and they'll either accept it or deny it. Typically, an in-kind project just does not need to be something that we've already planned to do. So if we've already planned to do this project, they would say, no, you cannot do that. Particularly if it's defined and tied to a permit requirement, we're not allowed to do it. However, if we come to them and say, this is the project that we selected, it has an environmental benefit of X, Y, Z, they're very likely to approve it.
Okay, all right. Okay, this one, let's see where we're at here. Trying to remember, this was, so do we have consent on this agenda?
Yep.
Okay, we have consent on 9.5, thank you.
Thank you.
Agenda item 10.1.
Amend the Clearwater Code of Ordinances by establishing the Community Resiliency and Leisure Services Advisory Board and amending the composition for the Sister Cities Advisory Board. Council, during this year's budget discussion, part of the exercise that was given to task was to find deficiencies and particularly of the advisory board. After reviewing the process and as discussed at the budget work session, there was consensus to consolidate the three boards. The three boards that the proposed ordinance before you repeals sections related to the Environmental Advisory Board, the Library Board, and the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board. The ordinance before you creates the Community Resiliency Board, and this is a board that, one, is empowering the members. It's going to be 7 members who will meet every other month. And in addition to looking at the resiliency, so community well-being and environmental stewardship items that are identified under the strategic plan, will be empowered to hold and identify education or community outreach sessions. And so one of the things that we identified, our staff identified during the process, is that particularly for library board, there really aren't any items going to the board. Most of these boards were created during a time where we lacked the professional expertise, and really holding public hearings were really the only effective ways to really seek public sentiment and public input, whether that was directed by council or it was being sought by staff. So with the library board, what the new proposed board would look into would be reviewing those items. Besides the proposed regulations and law rules that affect the library system, would be the appeals that individuals can post regarding items or any item materials that are included in the library system. When it comes to the Parks and Recreation Board, I know that during the last board meeting, there was a concern that their individual concerns would not be heard. That process is still allowed. Individuals can still use this board because part of the community well-being and environmental stewardship, one will argue, does include all of Parks and Rec facilities. So the services, the Park and Rec facilities, the ball fields, they would still also hear the naming of ball fields. So the changing of that ball field naming, that is actually codified now with this proposed ordinance. Currently, it's through a resolution, and the process is staff does present it to the board, but now it's codified into the board, so they will actually be hearing those as well. And when it comes to the Environmental Advisory Board, now the board is no longer just waiting for council to provide them or request direction from them or ask them to do something. They can still provide recommendations. or seek public input on items that are impacting the community at large. But both the Sustainability Division Manager and the Parks and Recreation Director request that the board review items regarding grants. And now that's possible because the board is going to be meeting every other month. So when seeking public input on potential grant applications or projects, they're going to be able to review those. So I believe that the board will now be empowered to really seek public input from the community at large as to hearing concerns from one individual, and then the departments absorb whatever that recommendation is because it's already budgeted.
Any questions or comments?
I'm just trying to confirm, is it every other month or every month?
Every other month.
Why did I think it was every month? I guess I was incorrect. I'm just looking for.
And now that can
confirmation.
change in the future, but at this point, it's contemplated every other month. Now, the proposed change does include also a change to the Sister Advisory Board, and we've had some issues with the Clearwater, the school board's world language coordinator due to budget cuts. That position has been eliminated, so we're asking for to appoint individuals who have a host experience or have experience with the exchange program. And then as well as the Clearwater Alliance, we're asking that instead of the representative, because it's difficult sometimes to find individuals who are willing to commit their time to attend these meetings, to have a Clearwater resident with arts education background.
Any other questions, comments? Thank you for your work. That will move to agenda item 11.1.
These second readings, they are. So 11.1 through 11.6 are second readings. Happy to answer any questions.
Okay, any questions on these agenda items under item 11? Okay, all right, we'll move to agenda item 12, city manager reports.
Nothing, sir.
Agenda item 13, city attorney reports.
Nothing right now.
Agenda item 14, new business. Any requests to add, Vice Mayor?
I know I requested this a few months back, but maybe not this meeting, but the next meeting. I would like to, as we previously discussed, recognize a citizen that has been very involved in the city, so I would like to present it to that person in the next meeting, next council
Work
meeting.
session.
Not this Thursday.
Oh, so you want to talk about the next work session and then?
What, I was gonna say, what is there to talk about? I just want
Well, I
to,
guess-
do I need to submit the person's name ahead of time? Is that what you're asking? I already have someone in mind, and I know what I want to say, and I want to present, and I want to recognize her at a council meeting. That's what my understanding was what we agreed upon.
Yeah, it's been a while. I think maybe I didn't follow up. I was supposed to be the first one, so I guess I didn't get it going. But this is something you want to do as an agenda item, or is something you want to do during your council member comments?
I'm flexible, whatever's easiest for everyone. I can use my 3 minutes.
Yeah, well, you all want to talk about the process, and maybe some of you might refresh my recollection of what we decided to do.
So the way I remember it is we're all going to be nominating a citizen. Is it every month? Can't remember what the time frame was.
It was supposed to be every other month. but
Every
we-
other
we
month,
haven't
okay.
done anything
That does
before.
sound correct. And with that, this might sound ridiculous, but I mean, are we giving them a certificate, or are they just coming up to be recognized for why we're recognizing said person, and then like a thank you? Okay, just want to make sure.
Keep it simple.
Perfect.
Well, I'd be for, I guess, putting it on each and
I think it rotates, right?
Is that how we're doing it? Are we rotating one person?
My
and then-
understanding was that it was going to rotate.
Right.
And it was going to start with
Fair
the
enough.
mayor. We've been waiting for a few months and it hasn't happened, so I thought, okay, well, let me just step up.
I'm good.
Yeah, I guess that's fine.
So, the November council meeting. Okay. I'll make sure that this person attends.
And are you creating the certificate of goodness, or?
Do you want me to do it?
I love that. Can we
Certificate of
call it
goodness.
that? The certificate of goodness? That feels warm.
I can come up with something creative. Yes.
Okay.
On top of
I was thinking
that.
flowers, but it's okay.
I'm sure I'll have great designs.
So real quick too.
It's your skill.
Just thinking to the beginning of this, I mean, do we want to save that to the very end of our meetings? I mean, when it comes, listen, if I ever get nominated, I don't want to necessarily sit through an entire council meeting. Is there any way we could put that to the beginning for these
I'm okay with
people?
doing it. I'm okay with doing it.
Right,
I'm okay
exactly.
with just making part of the presentation.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that
I think that-
makes
Probably-
sense, because we're given recognition in the
Probably
beginning of the meetings. which is
after
good.
staff or
Yeah,
after
because some of these can
proclamations.
get long-winded, as we know.
Yeah, I'm okay with
Perfect.
that. So we'll make that the next council meeting.
Not this Thursday.
Right. Okay, good.
Okey dokey.
Okay, anything else? 14. If not, move to item 15. Any council members like to say anything further?
Nothing from me, sir.
Okay, move to item 16, closing comments by mayor. I really don't have any today, so move to item 17, which is to adjourn the November 3, 2025 work session of the Clearwater City Council.